What can I tell you about the Samsung Galaxy Gear? Well, first off, this is a new device from Samsung that has made an attempt to fill a void in your life. But in my experience, it doesn't do a great job. I won't touch on every single feature in this review, but if you'd like a full walkthrough on the Gear settings, my good friend JBTech17 has an excellent overview that I'll link in the description. So this review is based on my experience with the Samsung Galaxy Gear. Over the last couple of weeks, I've taken some time to get to know this new device, but before we get into the review, let's take a look at some of the Galaxy Gear's specifications. Overall, I think Samsung has made a very solid device here. The Galaxy Gear has a 1.63-inch AMOLED display with a resolution of 320 by 320. It's powered by an 800 MHz processor with 512 MB of RAM and a 315 mAh battery. Along with that, the Galaxy Gear offers two built-in microphones, a speaker which can be used to make phone calls, a 1.9 megapixel camera with 720p video recording capabilities, Bluetooth 4.0, 4 GB of onboard storage, and an accelerometer and gyroscope. So now that you know about the Galaxy Gear's internal specifications, let's take a look at design. The Galaxy Gear has an excellent build quality. Samsung is using premium materials here, and it definitely shows. The screen bezel is made from brushed stainless steel, while the AMOLED display is covered with Gorilla Glass. Along the wrist strap, you'll notice the awkward placement of its 1.9 megapixel camera and its clasp to hold the speaker that can be used for phone calls, but we'll check that out later in this review. The Galaxy Gear only has one button, which is located on its left side. Now because of this, most UI navigation depends on different gestures on the display. As far as charging goes, the Galaxy Gear comes with a charging dock or cradle that will allow you to quickly and easily charge the device while doubling as a nice desktop stand through the process. When the Galaxy Gear was first announced, a lot of news sites said that the UI seemed to be laggy, but thankfully that was not the case for me. Is it the most fluid UI design? No, but I didn't feel like it was struggling to keep up with my interactions. The Galaxy Gear must first be paired with your compatible device by tapping the charging cradle to the device. Using NFC, you'll be prompted to connect it via Bluetooth 4.0 and download the Gear Manager app. Setup is pretty simple out of the box, and you're off to using the Gear in no time at all. Once the Gear is all set up, swipes to the left or right will take you into its menu. Some of the menu items can be arranged through the Gear Manager app, and new apps can be downloaded through Samsung's dedicated app store. From any menu, you can press the side button or swipe down from the top to be taken back to the watch face, or what I like to call the home screen. Different watch faces or clock types can be set through the Gear Manager app or within the settings on the watch. There are many different clock types to choose from, but the one I found to be the most helpful was the shortcut clock. This allows you to configure up to 3 different apps or settings shortcuts that will be located along the bottom of the screen. Also from the home screen, an upward swipe from the bottom will reveal the Gear's dedicated dial pad. Though, in my opinion, I found it was much easier to make calls using the contacts section of the watch. So how great or poor is the call quality on the Galaxy Gear? First off, it's a speakerphone, so everybody can hear what you're talking about if they can hear it, because the speaker is pretty quiet. Hello? Yo. How does it sound?
Pretty good. Not bad for a watch.
Yeah, you sound like you're very small, I guess. Alright, well, I'll talk to you later then.
Alright, man. Later.
Bye. So phone calls aside, how do notifications work? Having notifications on a watch is nice, but in the Gear's case, it was almost always easier to take the phone out of my pocket and look at the notifications, and in most cases, it was necessary to view the notification in its entirety. When you receive a text message, you can respond to it using S-Voice right on the watch, but in my experience, it was much faster to just pull out the Note 3 and respond to it there, and again, like I mentioned in the Note 3 review, S-Voice just has a long way to go before it can be a usable service. So what about camera performance? Well, if you needed another camera, the Gear has one, but don't get too excited. It's decent, but at 1.9 megapixels, I'm sure you've already assumed that it's not the best camera on a smart device.
Here's a quick example of the video recording capabilities here on the Galaxy Gear. Now you only get 15 seconds at a time here, so it's kind of short, but hopefully this gives you guys a good idea of what the video quality looks like.
To access the camera, navigate to the camera app in the menu or simply swipe down from the home screen. From here, you can tap to take pictures, change to video mode using the icon in the top left corner, adjust the camera settings using the menu option in the right corner, or access a gallery by swiping to the left. It's pretty simple to navigate, and in the right lighting conditions, I found the camera to have acceptable performance, for a watch of course. If you'd like to check out the full resolution images from the Galaxy Gear, I'll be sure to link a gallery down below in the description. So what are some other neat features about the Galaxy Gear? Well, it also has the ability to record voice memos and sync them with your device. You can record up to 5 minutes at a time. In case you wanted to hear what the voice memos sound like, here's a demo. It's definitely not the best quality in the world, but I suppose that in a pinch, it will get you by. In my opinion, an area that smartwatches should excel in is battery life. I guess battery life is decent here on the Gear. It can make it through a day with average usage, but in my situation, I use smart devices way more than the regular person, and I always struggle to make it through the day. So I'm guessing the next generation will probably be a little bit better in the battery department, but for normal usage, I'd say you could probably get a full day's worth of use out of the Galaxy Gear. Well, if you're watching this review because you're interested in purchasing a Galaxy Gear, you probably want to know what the verdict is. Does the Galaxy Gear do anything that will blow your mind? Nope. Actually, it seems to fix problems that didn't exist. I never had a problem taking out my smartphone to snap a quick photo. I never had an issue glancing at my lock screen to see a text message that I received. But I suppose if you're an extremely busy person, the Gear will come in handy from time to time. Now, I think the Galaxy Gear's biggest problems are its software and compatibility. Its build has a lot of potential, but the software limitations just make this a flashy accessory. In my opinion, you're better off purchasing a Pebble watch for half the price and better battery life. It does the exact same thing as the Gear, aside from the camera and calling features, which are somewhat of a novelty anyway. But it will save you $150. Until Samsung steps up the software innovation a little more, I can't recommend spending $299 on a device that complements what you already have in your pocket and doesn't bring anything new or exciting to the experience. My experience aside, let me know what you think about the Samsung Galaxy Gear down in the comments section below, and be sure to leave this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Thanks again for watching, everybody. This is Dom, and have a great day.